Did you know that a former Wall Street CEO has just officially been given control of the entire United States Social Security system? And what's more concerning is, he takes power precisely when the administration is pushing numerous plans to cut staff, close offices, and collect personal data from millions of benefit recipients. Few people have noticed, but these changes could directly affect the money you're counting on each month, or worse, cause you to lose benefits before you can react. So, what's really happening inside the SSA? Why has the appointment of someone from outside government caused such fierce reactions from senators? And, while legal disputes remain unresolved, what should citizens do to avoid being caught off guard by the wave of reforms coming soon? In this video, we'll unpack the full story, based on official information, so you not only understand but also know how to actively protect your own rights. A new leader during a time of many new changes. On May 6, 2025, the United States Senate officially confirmed Frank Bisignano as the new Commissioner of the Social Security Administration, SSA, with a close vote of 53 to 47. This isn't just an ordinary personnel event. It's a major turning point in how America's largest benefit system will be operated in the coming years. Frank Bisignano, former CEO of financial corporation Fiserv, comes from a Wall Street background. He is the first person in decades to step into this position from the private sector, rather than public administrators who are typically familiar with federal government operations. He succeeds Leland Dudek, the acting interim commissioner and one of the strong supporters of the reform agenda pushed by the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. Bisignano's appointment quickly became a focal point of debate in Washington. While the Trump administration sees this as a move to bring fresh business perspective into the government apparatus, many lawmakers and social organizations have expressed deep concerns. Some senators argue that he lacks public service experience, something considered crucial for running an agency that serves more than 70 million Americans each month. And here's why the decision to appoint Bisignano comes at such a sensitive time. The Social Security Administration is currently facing an unprecedented wave of restructuring. In just the past few months, the SSA has witnessed a series of shocking proposals. Plans to cut more than 7,000 employees, close hundreds of offices across the country, and limit phone services, which are essential support channels for the elderly and disabled. These moves have sparked strong opposition from labor organizations, retirement groups, and communities of people who depend on Social Security benefits to survive each month. Public opinion has raised concerns that, while talking about modernization and increasing efficiency, the agency may actually be moving closer to tightening access, especially for those unable to adapt to sudden changes. Notably, after significant social pressure, some plans have been paused or canceled, but the sense of insecurity hasn't disappeared. Many people still aren't clear on what will come next and who really benefits or gets left behind in this restructuring process. Right now, as a new leader steps into the hot seat amid this reform storm, millions of citizens are asking, will they still be protected as before, or should they prepare for a system changing in ways they cannot control? The Social Security reform story is entering an unprecedented sensitive phase. And that's why citizens need to be updated fully, honestly, and more clearly than ever before. Frank Bisignano's official appointment to the SSA leadership position isn't happening in a stable context. On the contrary, it occurs right as this agency is being swept into a wave of profound changes initiated by the Trump administration, with guidance from the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, where billionaire Elon Musk once served as a leading advisor. Recently, DOGE has been pushing comprehensive reform proposals, including staff reductions, office closures, and tightening identity verification processes for benefit recipients. These moves have quickly become controversial and met with fierce reactions from many sides. Many lawmakers worry that while the administration talks about optimization and reducing waste, new barriers are quietly forming for the most vulnerable segments of the population. Senator Ron Wyden has bluntly stated that Bisignano is not qualified to run the SSA, and even warned that the future of the entire Social Security program could be put at risk if these reforms go too far. Beyond staffing issues or operational models, a larger debate is taking place at the federal level: access to personal data of millions of American citizens. DOGE is currently requesting access to the entire SSA data system, including Social Security numbers, medical records, and information related to benefit eligibility, arguing this is necessary to combat fraud and increase accuracy in the system. However, a federal court has blocked this request, stating that DOGE has not demonstrated a reasonable justification for accessing such a large scope of data. The Trump administration has filed an appeal to the Supreme Court, and the final ruling from this court could set a precedent affecting how citizen data is protected or exploited for years to come. Amid the ongoing debates, another smoldering issue is causing anxiety for millions: the long-standing overpayment situation. According to official reports, the SSA incorrectly paid out nearly $72 billion from 2015 to 2022, mostly due to overpayments to beneficiaries. For many citizens living on monthly support payments, receiving notice that they must repay thousands of dollars can be a shock no one prepared for. Facing public backlash, the SSA has been forced to adjust its repayment policy, reducing the deduction rate from 100% to 50%, aiming to minimize sudden financial impacts on recipients. In this gradually changing landscape, technology is seen as the central tool of reform. Bisignano has emphasized that modernizing the SSA is a top priority, with support from artificial intelligence, AI, online platforms, and automated processing systems. He believes this is the way to increase efficiency, reduce waiting times, and save costs for the government. But at the same time, he also acknowledges an important point: human-to-human contact remains an irreplaceable element, especially for elderly populations, people with disabilities, or those without access to advanced technology. As the system is being rebuilt step by step, feeling confused is understandable. But rather than letting worry control our actions, people need accompaniment, clear explanations, and above all, to be empowered to prepare. Not everyone will be affected, but everyone needs to know where they stand on this map of change. And that's precisely why accurate information updates and taking action have become so urgent. As the Social Security system enters a period of profound change, what's important isn't just staying updated, but knowing exactly what to do to avoid being caught off guard by shifts that could directly impact daily life. For millions of Americans receiving benefits from the SSA, this is no time for indifference. First, pay special attention to any letters, emails, or notifications from the SSA. Many people have overlooked seemingly simple letters that actually contained information requesting identity verification, personal record updates, or notifications of benefit debt. Delayed responses or failure to act in time can lead to benefit suspensions or unnecessary financial troubles. Read every line carefully. If something isn't clear, don't hesitate to seek information or ask someone with experience. Additionally, with the trend of converting the entire system to a digital model, becoming familiar with online platforms is no longer optional, but is gradually becoming mandatory. If you've never accessed myssa.gov, now is the essential time to create a personal account. This portal allows you to track your benefits, update information, check payment history, and receive official notifications from the SSA. For many elderly people not familiar with computers or smartphones, ask children, grandchildren, or relatives for support, as this will help you be more proactive in any situation. Equally important, citizens need to closely follow policy updates being discussed at the highest levels. Decisions from the Supreme Court or Congress, especially regarding SSA data access rights, could change how the system evaluates eligibility, how personal information is used, or the security level of records. Following these developments not only helps you understand what's happening, but is also a way to prevent risks to long-term benefits. If possible, sign up for newsletters from the SSA or follow reliable sources to avoid missing important changes. Finally, if you receive a repayment notice from the SSA, don't panic and don't rush to sign an agreement. In many cases, recipients have been miscalculated or not clearly informed about how that debt was determined. Check thoroughly. Keep all related documents and, if necessary, seek help from an SSA representative or legal advisor. You may have options other than immediate full repayment, especially after the SSA has adjusted its recovery policy toward a gentler and more humane approach. In a changing system, proactive people will maintain control. Not everyone will be affected, but everyone should prepare. Preparation isn't just to protect benefits, but also to maintain peace of mind in an increasingly complex world. This is the time not just to listen, but to act. And most importantly, don't act alone. Share information with those around you, because they may also need this wake-up call. The Social Security system is changing, and you deserve to be fully prepared for any situation that might arise. If today's information was helpful, don't forget to like and share it with others who are also receiving benefits or concerned about welfare. Click subscribe to avoid missing important updates coming soon. Thank you for joining us, and see you in the next video.